Realizing I just called a 10-year-old girl a hot chick. Sorry, I can't really see well. Check, please. It's not sunny anymore. Where can I go? The hardest part was, well, listen, I'm not going to tell you I didn't work hard enough to kill 100 normal men on those movies, because I did. But it's a labor of love, and I wanted to be part of the legacy. I wanted to add and contribute to that legacy, and I wanted to bring the franchise back from where it had been resting in the dust, because a bunch of dupes got involved for a while. I wanted to bring it back strong, and I was able to do that, and it took everything I had. But what I get back from a room full of such enthusiastic, wonderfully warm people here in McAllen, Texas, made it all worthwhile. So it didn't kill me, it made me stronger. And now it gave us this legacy that brought us all together here to be cool kids. And you would have had to go to church today, you know? Everybody wins. Yeah, so, you know, it was hard. It would have killed people trying to do what I do. Don't think you can do it. Don't think anybody else can do it. You can't. And I don't know if I could do it again, you know? The next time I might be wrong, but I put everything I have into it. And the fact that I don't duck eggs, instead I get all this love from people that know what's up. I mean, it's beautiful. And I'm happy to be an artist. I'm glad that you dig what we do.
What was your favorite part about filming everything?
People ask me, I love everything I've done. Like, it's so much fun for me. I love it. I love my craft, but I could never answer that. So Bob wants to.
I'm going to tell you, my favorite part was Chainsaw Love. I don't know. That was the wildest thing I ever did, and that was the hardest. I've been in the business for over 30 years. I've done a lot of motion pictures as a stuntman and television and stuff like that. But this job, it was the hardest job I ever had in the business, doing this character.
But don't threaten us with a good time, because we resemble that remark.
But it was a lot of fun. But Chainsaw Love, you know. If you saw the movie, you saw.
The hardest part for me about Chainsaw Love was I decided I couldn't take it, or I might not be able to walk again. Check, please.
Did you deal with anything like that grossed you out, even though it was all fake?
Once a guy plays football and wears somebody's 10th generation used smelly pads and helmets and gross stuff, and you get over that, and there's nothing really ever dirtier or grosser again once you start sweating. Put it on and shut up and forget about it. Everybody else will smell you, you know, you don't have to smell nothing really.
Are you present?
Yes,
Are you working?
I am present.
Are you working?
I am present, but I'm here in body only. Go ahead, kid.
Are you working on any present projects at the moment, or anything coming up?
I'm working on talking to you guys sitting here, but in a couple weeks I start a movie in New York with Gina Carano and Dave Bautista, Gary Oldman, and it's called The Opium Wars. It's a sci-fi, cool, fantastic.
And me, I'm going to retire. I'm done. I think I beat myself up for too long, and it hurts too much to get up in the morning.
That's what he thinks. We're going to get him a prescription and a stunt double. Dragging him in.
So I'm looking to retire.
Hello. This is almost regarding an English, an English angle.
Speak English and I'll know what you mean.
This is from an English standpoint of horror.
Are you English?
Well, I'm English, I'm American, but I was...
So who appointed you to speak for the English today? I'm curious.
Well, this actual convention, I was thinking, do you believe there will be a robotics continuum with the next franchise?
The franchise, as far as I'm concerned, is
and a Wicca connection?
Dead and buried. As far as I'm concerned, it's back in the dirt where these new people put it. I had nothing to do with that embarrassment. I made it rock. These people are morons trying to make money off the way I made it rock, and then you guys are all into the saw again. So let them fail and keep watching my movies and let them stand up and stand alone. And then you want to see Bob Elmore's best work, he goes under the name of Bill Johnson.
How was it like being the killer in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Cool for school. Beats working for a living and punching a clock. Besides, who do you think I could work for? Exactly. The car dealership, McDonald's, an accountant. Nah, none of that.
How do you feel when you watch your movies?
I go to sleep.
I dig it. I can watch it.
They're great. I love the movies. I love movies today. I go all the time. I've loved them my whole life. Proud to say that I've been in a few, and I've been acting in a couple. Not very good, but you know, I'm a stuntman. What can I say?
But we go watch our own movies because we'd rather watch each other's work than guys that stink at it. Just like you guys.
You can tell by Andrew's, you know,
Lack of confidence.
The first Chainsaw Massacre
bad with crowds.
was the original, and the second and third, you know, they were very good. The runs after that, now, you know, I didn't care for them myself. I don't know how anybody else feels about them, but I didn't like them.
Do you hate my movies?
No, I loved yours.
Well, I was after the ones you just mentioned.
Okay, whatever. I think Kane was in.
Stop complimenting me.
Yeah. Wasn't Kane Leatherface?
Yeah, he could have been. Yeah, I think he was like the fourth stuntman to finish the job with part 3 with
Something like that, yeah.
Even though the movies that y'all did, we all know it's all show. Did any of the moves y'all made scare you for real? Any of the things that you did actually scare you or scare the other actors or actresses?
Only time it scared me is I got hurt on a couple of movies, and that, you know, one of them I was really afraid to do some of the stuff that I did. You know, again, as a professional, you have to put it out of your mind. You have to do your job. That's what you're getting paid for, and we made, you know, really good money doing it. But there were a few times when I thought about it.
I come so close that if I put any of it out of my mind for 1 second, that's when everybody would start to die. Bleed for real, and then we'd have to go get jobs after we got out of jail. So it's real and it's intense, and people think that, you know, oh, that's a fake knife, Bob. You know, why are you talking like it worries you? Well, from the shot across the street, it's a fake knife because nobody can tell. But in the close-up where I stop right next to your eye, the rubber knife looks like a rubber knife on digital resolution. So you got to put a real knife when you get, the closer you get, the absolutely 100% realer it has to be. So if the camera's over there, I can take this microphone and go, and it'll look like I stabbed Bob in the eye with a knife. When you push in for the close-up, what, are you kidding? Looks like a big, you know, toy. No. So it's got to be a knife. Or else, you know, that's it. And so, you know, we have to communicate. I have to communicate with people, or, you know. And then I say, by the way, I'll be fine. Everybody worried about people getting hurt. You know, since I'm usually the guy with the sharp things and the saw. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me, everybody. No, but the only thing that scares me, for better or for worse, it makes me smarter, makes me dumb, it's my 5'3" mother. I'm scared of Mom. But other than that, nothing scares me.
How did you feel on the massacre scene?
Did you ever dance with the devil again? I dig it. I dig stuff. Crazy. Crazy the most is crazy.
How many people can say that they were Leatherface, actually played the part?
It's not a question. We don't really want you to count. That's a lot. It's really 620 if you count the guys that we don't talk about.
Did anybody get hurt during the Texas Chainsaw?
Yes, it was very serious, and you know, I didn't know if I'd ever recover emotionally because my feelings got hurt very bad. He was very mean to me, and it hurt my feelings very bad. No, it's all fun until somebody gets hurt. When you're using chainsaws and sharp objects, yeah, it's the hurt around the world. Everything stops and nobody works ever again when you do that. So it's always all or nothing. But when you're trying to do stuff that you want to last forever, be better than the guys that did it for better or for worse, success or failure before you, You know, you gotta go for it. It's all or nothing every time. It's like anything worth anything in life. It's gonna be big stakes. It's gonna be all or nothing. Know that when you get up and step into it with your head up and take it, knock it down, and rock that. Let everybody see it how you do. That's how we do it.
How did it feel when you all had to be in costume? Like,
Orgasmic.
were you, huh? Like, was it really?
Well, it gave me an excuse to listen to Slayer real loud.
Well, okay, so
Rain
then
and
you
Blood,
listened to
Dead
music
Skin Mask, and I'm already excited at that point. You know, the rest is gravy. Kill people.
Was it like a serious thing? Like, were you focused? Were you like
Very serious.
Absolutely, because there were a lot of times when we're dealing with other people, and you know we were using real chainsaws. There was no fake ones, so you had to be serious. You had to be under control. You know, you had to know what you were doing to deal with other people.
I don't take anything too seriously, but it's not a joke. But once I'm taking it seriously, I'll be doing it. I'll be making jokes too. That's how I, you know. And sometimes it's so ridiculous. You gotta break the monotony. I'd often, in between takes, go sit on the stairs with the outfit and the mask on, and I'd start just, you know, waiting for everybody to talk about all their nonsense. Try not to get too hot and take a breath. Let them work out their creative problems that aren't my issues or whatever, camera stuff. And I'd just be like, I don't know where I got that little tune in my head. The Looney Tunes. I'd be watching the Looney Tunes, and people would be like, he's crazy. He stays in character all the time. I'm like, no. I had the costume on, but when I'm bored, I sit with the Looney Tunes.
I was working with Caroline Williamson mostly.
What?
I was working with Caroline and mostly.
Caroline, oh, she's a character. She hasn't changed a bit in 25 years. You know, Bill Moseley is just—he's absolutely crazy.
Billy got his arm torn off by a train. A train, I say. Trains will do that to you.
So he's absolutely, you know, but very talented people. Had a great time with them. They had to deal with me. I'm not an actor, so they had to really deal with me.
Which is better, because geez, you should hang out with an actor.
No, Caroline was very nice, and she's very good. She that was her first big movie, and stressed everybody out, stressed her like completely out. But I get to say I worked with Dennis Hopper. That was a privilege of mine.
Yeah, hello. I was going to ask you, was your coach for carrying that chainsaw? Did you use a coach for one? And was it more related to a martial artist sensei versus a dance instructor, like in the original?
Whoa, 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 you're thinking way too much. Stop that.
No sensei involved.
Stop that. I went to Chainsaw Jiu-Jitsu Academy, where they were waiting for me with the doors open and the lights on. No, there's no book and no road, and you can't write this shit, so you just gotta figure it out, dance, and not suck. Or you don't get to do it anymore. You gotta go get a job. And I ain't doing that. Help me out, people. See my movies. Bob, did you see where I put my filter? Can't find it anywhere.
Hi. How do you audition for a role like that? How do you end up being this icon that's terrifying but awesome at the same time?
For me, because I was a big guy, I was doubling an actor. His name was Bill Johnson. I go back to Texas. Yeah. We filmed it in Austin, Texas, and I go back there. Well, poor Bill couldn't lift a chainsaw, couldn't walk, couldn't run, didn't want to do it. So I ended up in everything in the movie but one scene. He got credit, but I made all the money.
Fame's overrated when you're rich. You got plenty of fame. We got 20 bucks.
My question is for Mr. Zangief.
Mr. Zangief, you know, luckily for you, at this horror convention, 19 out of 20 people have not said anything about Leatherface all weekend and have been huge Street Fighter fans. For no reason except they're smart and like Street Fighter. So one Zangief question for the people that are now confused.
My question is, how was it working with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
You can't treat me like this. I am not a piece of meat. But he's not such an asshole anymore. He's pretty cool now. He's old, and they ran him out of Hollywood and he walked back.
Either one of you, you know, just pretend to have a chainsaw and wield it for us just for old time's sake. Everybody wants to see that.
No.
Come on, you know you want to do it. Do it. You gotta stand up, you gotta, you know.
It's a little hard to use this prop, make the noise, and sell that maybe, but we'll work on it later. Come over to the room. Just kidding, kids.
Whenever you had like something dangerous, did you actually do it, or like did you actually do the dangerous stunt?
Like Bob's a big, strong guy, and he puts on the same clothes as a big, fat guy that couldn't even lift a chainsaw without cutting his own foot off.
Like,
So, Bob was always there to do that. I didn't have any problems. I was good with it. I do all my own stuff because I'm not an old fat guy like so many other guys. I don't want an old fat guy to step in when I got to do something cool with a chainsaw, because then the old fat guy might drop it and hurt somebody. So they, you know, I do my own stuff, and they call him to do stuff for the old fat guys.
what was your favorite part in the movie?
The part where nobody got killed, nobody ran me into Hollywood, and I still get paid. And people don't throw eggs at me. That's my favorite part of my career, that I'm not ducking eggs and rotten tomatoes. Thank you. That's all I was shooting for, and you all have been much, much better to me than that. I love what I do. I love my craft. I love the arts, and I put my heart and soul into it, and my body to the point where anybody else would be dead. And you guys give me all that love back that way, and I feel like I couldn't ask for it any better. I appreciate y'all. You're all smart people being here. This is a better panel at a convention than usually we have. You know, usually there's a ton of more people, and nobody comes and nobody listens and nobody cares. There's 5 people and 100 empty seats. Am I lying?
Absolutely.
And this is like a full house.
It's a full house.
I feel like a fucking rock star, and I am. So you guys are like in a rock concert, the cool kids, and there's no music playing. So you're all cool. You're all having a great time. This is a special thing. And McAllen should be glad that South Texas HorrorCon has brought us all together. So God bless the great state of Texas. We're both proud to have done something to let people show how cool Texas is, that you don't mess with Texas. And now everybody's real sure what that means. You don't even have to explain it. Say, watch Texas check. Okay, no messing. So we're happy to be here. Give yourselves a round of applause again, because everybody I've met here, I gotta tell you, it's not about, it's a success for me. I don't count the money, I don't count how many people are here. Somebody else's job. But I've met some real warm people here that I see a lot of you here, and you really touched me, and it's amazing people, genuine people with a ton of heart, absolutely honest, absolutely very smart, with great taste in movies too, every one of you. And that's got to be true, because look where you are, and we're very happy to be here for you. We've had a really great time, and give yourself a round of applause. And the Texas style, everything's bigger in Texas, I said. Clap for yourself because you're wrong.
Very good.
Exactly.
Young lady, go ahead.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'5" and about 320 pounds right now. And if I lift weights, I'd be big. Bob,
I was 6'2" at one time. I think I'm shrinking.
So Bob's 6'1" at 99%. And about 255.
272.
There you go.
And we can still kick ass, I don't know.
Like, you know, which is surprising for a guy who's only 6'2" and 275. The little guys, you know, is still pretty tough. Oh yeah, bigger than 98% of the rest of the guys. That's, yeah. We do man's work, and we do it in an artistic way, and we make a living as artists, which is a great scam. It's beautiful, and we're blessed, and we love that you let us do this, and we do it for you, and we'll keep it up.
Did you have a stunt double?
Yeah, he sits on the bench, watches what I do in case I break my ankle, and he's going to finish it up from behind while I'm at the hospital getting a cast. But that doesn't happen. I'm pretty good. I let him take the money, and you know, he learns from me, and if it used to be, if I needed to get small and unathletic, I'd call it stunt double. But these days, I look at it a little different. I say, well, the shots, you know, it's a wide shot. They're going to mix it into my own stuff, and what's the worst that could happen? I look a little younger and thinner and handsomer for 5 seconds in the middle of that. I'm like, get up there and do something, kid. You know, if they catch my stuff, man, now instead of looking smaller and fatter and less athletic, now at my old age, I go, yeah, you know, what's the worst that could happen? I look a little slimmer and handsomer, a little younger. For a second, you look young, thinner.
Absolutely.
Good for me. But I still got to do most of it because, you know, I do what I like to do and put my name on it. My dad gave me it. I'm not going to suck or let anybody tell me how to do it if it sucks.
Everybody knows that Texas Chainsaw is classic. So throughout this time when we did the movie, was there any part where you actually watched the old movies and went, look, I can do this way better and make this one more?
I didn't even have to watch it again. It was so damn clear. I was just telling Bob, they asked me, hey, did you have a hard time filling his big shoes? I go, no, once I cut the feet off of the old guy's shoes and then my toes could breathe, it was fine. I got big feet.
Completely different than the original. Mine was, you know, I went in it with my character was more athletic. You know, you just bring what you bring. You're completely different personalities in person.
If you didn't show up, the fat funny guy would drop the chainsaw, cut off his foot, end of production, no move. So thank Bob for getting the second Chainsaw Massacre to you. Because, you know, the unsung hero, literally, in fact, I would have cut off his foot. And there'd be no movie to talk about.
I've never been in a movie where an actor didn't want to do something. Never in my life.
Really? That's why I find that that's what all actors do. They're sleeping in the trailer, you know, as pages and the light goes by and pages are ripped out.
All he did was play cards in the trailer with Dennis Hopper.
See, but I don't look at us as actors. I look at us as real deal men. So if they bring a camera, then start shooting it from where you want to see how it's going to be. And then we just kick its butt, you know, and hope we don't get hit with eggs. So far, so good.
How much did they pay you?
Something between none of your business and grow up and know that's not polite.
But I want to know.
I made a lot of money.
Until then, it beats digging ditches and working at the diner.
Absolutely.
You know, if you're going to be whatever you're going to be, don't let it be about money. Don't let it be about what people tell you should do or can't do. Do what's in your head, what's in your heart, what you're ready to do, and then figure it all out. And then hold whoever it is paying you hostage for as much as you can get.
How fat are you?
What?
How fat are you?
He says, how strong are you?
Oh yes, I thought he said, I'm as strong as about a fat lip lifting 500 pounds on a little kid that should be being, have a nice day. You skinny little... Listen, I'm not going to get mad because you're just a little skinny kid. And by the time you eat enough to do anything about it, I will be a big fat guy.
All right, we got time for a couple more questions. What do you got, people?
Can I ask a real quick question?
Go ahead.
Yeah, these people don't have anything better to do.
What do you got?
Real quick question. I was going to ask. You mentioned the real people behind. You said if you knew the story, how many people there would be. How essential are the stunts, and how do you get into the stunt business?
I got in. Worked at a little place in California called Knott's Berry Farm, where we did a Wild West stunt show every day.
And sell jelly.
And sell jelly. And that's how I did it. It took a long time to get into the business. Like I said, I've been in it over 30 years. I made a really good living. I supported my family. I have a nice retirement. And
I'm going to add something. You want to know how important it is? In Bob's case, it's important as if he didn't help them do stunts, there would be no movie. When I tell you the fat guy couldn't pick up the chainsaw, he cut off his foot, and he tells you the fat guy couldn't pick up the chainsaw, we're not kidding. So how important is the guy that picks up the chainsaw and makes him look cool? Well, everything else, you know, doesn't really matter because you don't have a movie if that doesn't happen. Or if it doesn't go well and look like a guy can do it, it's not going to work when you know, if you finish the movie. So without this guy, there's no movie in his case. Zero.
I doubled John Candy in I believe 6 or 7 movies for John.
Those aren't pillows!
And John was just one of the greatest persons I ever met, but he didn't want to walk, he didn't want to run, so I did everything.
Nothing to do with being morbidly obese.
Had nothing to do with that at all.
So Bob did the running.
I did the running.
And they put a bunch of Jell-O in bags, and so it would jiggle.
The only thing, you know, and he's absolutely right. I had to wear a belly pad for John.
It's a bunch of bags sewed into a T-shirt.
Yeah. So, you know, but he was just a gracious person. I had a great time with him. I doubled a lot of people: John Goodman, Paul Sorvino. I'm gonna throw a couple of more names.
Wow, you're a pretty observant kid, aren't you? I'm a kid. It's my job.
Go ahead.
From the both of you, from 1 to 10, how childish are you?
What kind of question?
Don't get him started. All right, one more. That's it. We're done.
Stick a fork in us. Bring it on home.
What is the most painful stunt either of you have ever done? And you said when you play yourself, when you act for yourself, you do your own stunts, and you've worked for a lot of people. What's the most painful thing you've ever done?
Right now, after all these years of doing it, it's hard to get up in the morning.
Yeah, it's true. You walk away having killed everything as bad as you could with adrenaline and testosterone and roar, and when you do it for 20 or 30 years, you need to take a vacation.
Yeah, the days are bad.
Knock, knock. Ah! What's that? Oh, it's the bill, you freaking moron. What did you think it was? He thought it was free. Ah! What's that?
All right, you guys, I want to thank you very much for being here today.
I went through a brick wall with my head. Yeah, about 100 times in your career. Oh, shoot.
Thank you,
We do
guys.
it all for you. We do it all for you. We'll keep doing it as long as we go on. And then we'll play Merc Ball too. Thank you, everybody. You're awesome. And I mean, all my love.